Oh,
Two wheels, Hayden.
what at the end there?
Yeah, just saw that.
Man, I did more than half of that session on full fuel, and then I did a 101 flat on full fuel, and then realised I could take a lot out, and then
Yeah.
just didn't regain composure after that. I was like panicking trying to get a good lap in. But geez, that's a good time, J-Man.
That was, yeah, we were both 107s.
I saw very
Yeah,
close.
there was
Like, last
3,000 in it.
And I was like,
Yeah, in
oh
the end.
shit, I might do one more lap.
Yeah, I was just panicking after I realised I'd done most of my good laps on all the fuel. But yeah,
Bugger.
good fun.
Well, congratulations, Jamin, Hayden, and Alex for fastest qualifying, and got a 10-minute break before race one.
did I? Can anyone tell us? Did I make a mistake and not change my tires, or did everyone have softer tires?
Um,
In
Super
live
soft.
timing, it says soft.
You should have changed to super softs.
I thought I did. Must have been when the game reset. It goes back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes back. Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
Everything goes back to default every session.
So if you jump in now into your warm up before you drive out, before you click drive, have a look at the setup screen and you'll see what the car has been set to.
soft.
Yep. So you flick it across to super soft, and then obviously you'll go out and you've just got to remember that's what you need to change as well before you go onto the grid at the start of the race. So you have to.
Fellas, how do I find what's the next session that's coming up? Like, is it session controls? Is it a warm up now?
At the top,
Yes.
it says
Yeah, it says it at
warm
the
up.
top.
That's the current session.
Where do you have to hit drive?
No,
No,
no.
no.
If you're in your setup section where you can see your tires and all of those things, still
Yeah.
across the top there in that band there, there's a number of parameters.
Warm up session. Yep.
Yeah, beside the countdown.
Yep. So you don't really need to go out and warm up, do you?
Nah.
No, not at all. There's no requirement to. Like, the reason why we have warm ups is it just gives people an opportunity to go for a last minute weed check, or gives admins the opportunity to make adjustments to the game, whether it be setting a reverse grid or something like that.
The guy that's talking now, is this Mech? I've forgotten your first name.
It's Chris McLennan.
That's it. Yep. But you're not driving tonight.
No. I'm in the main league. Yep. So I just help run Super 2.
Oh, thanks for that, Chris.
Oh, good, mate.
These guys do a top job running this league.
We try to, but yeah, we've Justin's flown to the south coast of France, for the little while, and so it's it's I'm looking at it going, oh damn, I could do with the help.
He's over there sunning himself, and you're
Yeah, I know.
filling in the gaps.
It's on the Mediterranean. I can see it now. He's on a yacht, and just
internet. Yeah, so he can do it from there, can't he?
I can assure you, if I were on the edge of the Mediterranean, I would not be using the internet. I'd be driving to Monaco and just
cut some laps.
Absolutely.
How much fun is this sim racing?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It is. It's brilliant.
It's bad. It's I think it's a form of a sickness. It's addictive.
Yeah, if you look at how much money we've pumped into it, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's cheap. I mean, like it's real racing, isn't it? Like it's real.
Yeah, well, you're racing against humans.
Yeah.
It just costs a lot less when you have a bingo.
The methodology, the way you plan out your battles and your moves and all that, it's no different to real racing. You're still applying yourself in the same sort of way. You just don't feel the G-forces. It's one of the biggest differences, and it's not as physical. Well, yeah, and that if you hit something, yeah. In this game, you can use as many racks of tires as you like.
Fellas, what does stability control do?
I've never played with it.
Never used it myself, but no, I'm not even going to assume to know what it does.
Makes it stable.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed, like in real life, stability control usually is it grabs the brakes when you're stepping out and losing traction. It uses the brakes to pull you back straight. I don't know if the game actually does that, but that's sort of how stability control works in the real world in most cases.
Yeah, it's like a controlled ABS, individual ABS per wheel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never tried it myself.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess the game just overrides because obviously not these cars wouldn't have it by default anyway, but you can turn it on as an assist to help you. Yeah, that sort of thing.
So you wouldn't use the super softs in a 20-minute drive, would you?
Some people might.
If you can make it last, you would.
Yeah.
And that's the trick. It's using whatever you can. That's the fastest to win the race. And if you think you can get away with using super softs to do so, you would, because they are a fast tyre, no question.
Don't forget, everyone, I'm going to be redressing if I bump into anyone and I knock them off the track. I'll be pulling over to let them back past. I hope that doesn't happen, but yeah, let's not forget that's what we try and do.
That's what we do. Yes, that's exactly right. What are some of the other rules that we try and abide by? We try not to cut the track. There's plenty of opportunities to cut the track here.
I'm just going off for a sec. Sorry, Chris. I'll be back.
You're right, mate.
You haven't got that long.
Yep, you've got
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blue flags. We're trying to.
Yeah, thankfully the grid's not too big, so hopefully blue flag shouldn't be too much of an issue, and it is a relatively short race. But no bumping and running.
Yep.
No bumping to make a position up. Shane
Gizzy.
Van Gisbergen style.
Yeah, Gizzy style. Yeah. Loves a bump and run.
You got to smack on the nose for that too,
Yeah, right.
Other than that, you just got to really enjoy yourself. That's what it's all about.
These aren't easy cars to drive, are they?
Nah.
No, they're not. Not at all. They're huge amounts of power, not much downforce, but they've got really good brakes.
So do I go out now, or when do you do you drive out of the pits now, or?
No. It's going to click over to another session, and then you'll hear an announcement come over your headphone saying, to head to the grid.
All non-essential personnel go away, basically.
Yep. And then you just, from that point, when we click into the next session, which is only in a minute's time, you make your way to the setup menu. You adjust what you need to adjust if you need to make any adjustments, and then you click drive, and then it'll set you on the grid, ready to go.
So these adjustments again will have to be set.
Yep.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. All right. And can anyone tell us, like on the start, is there a green light or does it just say go?
There is a set of lights, but you often have trouble seeing them.
Yeah, I think Jamin won't be able to see it, but there's definitely a set of lights at this track. I raced on only less than a month ago in Formula 3000. So, was it 3000? I raced on it just recently anyway.
There's also an audible tone that you can hear.
Yeah, but it should now click over to the race session.
Set up.
guess that'll do.
And you might want to not roll on the grid as well here.
Yeah, I jumped on the brakes.
Careful.
Whoever's in pole just rolled a bit, I think.
I'll find out if I get pinged for it when it turns green.
Oh. I've got a full tank of fuel. It's too late to change now, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Got about 2 seconds.
Oh. like it was a close race at the front.
Wow, what a finish that was.
Yeah.
That was epic, Hayden.
That
I was overheating my tyres a bit.
I thought Jamin had the run on you there.
So did I.
And
nearly.
and the camera went to Jamin's in-car view, and it was just not enough. Just not enough. Wow, that
Not
was
quite.
crazy.
Oh man, I thought I had your measure all the way through, and then you
Same.
didn't slow down, and I did.
Yeah, I just tried to look after him. Hey, look after the tyres. Far out. Came back near the end there, nearly.
What did you guys have left on your tyres? How did you go?
I didn't see. It must have been 30 or 40.
Yeah.
Probably
Right
40, I
rear
reckon.
was in the 30s. The fronts and the left rear were low 40s, high 30s.
Yeah, okay, yep.
And obviously that's super softs.
Super softs. Wow, well done.
Nah, I was on softs.
Oh,
You're on
yeah.
softs.
Interesting.
They don't burn out as quick.
Mine probably were falling off then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they were certainly overheating, and I couldn't keep them cool once you were right on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Stability control and traction control didn't help me at all. It was horrible.
Yeah, look, to be honest, I don't drive with any of those sorts of aids.
No, neither.
I can understand how it can help some people. Just get used to driving a car. It takes it away a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's not as fast either. If you can learn to drive these cars without that stuff.
Way slower.
Yeah. Yep. And these cars like to be thrown around a bit, which is what those aids prevent you from doing. So, yeah, it's one of those things that you want your car to wiggle a bit under braking and under acceleration, and you want it to slide around a little bit without overcooking the tyres.
Has number 7 gone, has he? The 7th driver?
Yeah, it looks like
Who was it?
Sean Stafford. I think he's dropped out. He might have lost his connection. But he doesn't seem to be in the race at the moment. I saw it. His car went out into the infield at one point during that race, and then he was in pit, so might have just had a technical issue he might be able to tell us about later.
Bugger. Yeah, he's gone.
It's amazing those super softs got to the end of the race. I thought, but
Yeah, you do need to be a bit careful. See, I wasn't using the whole tyre in the early part of the race.
Is Rich all good with setting the grid? I don't know if
Lucky's done it.
Has he done it? Fantastic.
Yep.
I can't see from where I am right now.
and you can't see the lap times now from that previous race.
So now, after the fact, you can go on to, what's it called, Chris?
The live races website. You can go there. We've got a link on our Facebook page and in Discord, or you can go to RF2 Log Analyzer.
Yeah, the log analyzer is the go. It gives you all the data.
And particularly, the one thing I like about RF2 Log Analyzer is the tyre info that it gives you, and fuel consumption data, and you can just see where you're at against everyone else, and See how much better everyone else is than you.
Well,
Look at
it
it and go,
allows
oh
you to,
man, I've got so much work to do.
it allows you to see where they're better and,
Yes,
and
correct.
what you need to focus on.
Mapping of the brakes and throttle and everything.
Not
no.
to that level. So it's not like a it's not like Motec data output or anything like that, but it's it just gives you more high level data on a lap by lap basis.
But you can go into replays after the fact as well and watch how someone else is driving.
Always, yeah. There are a lot of tools available that you can get that help you analyze your own driving better. But I still fall back to the classic ones where I just look at sector times and I just keep driving until I hit them.
Yeah, I don't overthink much of it either. Can be detrimental.
You know, I think the only time I've really looked at anyone else's driving was I wanted to see how Wayne was so quick at Bathurst. So I watched a lap of him drive around Bathurst with full data. And it opened my eyes to a couple of corners that I never thought you could do what he does.
Send it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and he does. He sends it, and he's very comfortable in sending it. So he gets his car set up in a particular way that gives him that comfortable edge over a lot of other drivers. And well, lo and behold, with enough practice doing that, you know, you too can do it. It's just, but it does take a lot of it does take a lot of practice to get to that level.
Yeah, just try to keep the tyre wear as even as possible, and that's about it.
And the other thing that's really important about tyre wear is making sure that your tyre wear is equal between the front and the rear, or as equal as possible. You try not to let it get too far out, because then it affects the balance of the car so much more.
Yeah, so burn up the rears too much. You just have to, you start getting more oversteer, so you need to stiffen your front roll bar or soften your rear roll bar to straighten it out again.
Yeah. Oh, you notice it more in places, say GT3s, where you're doing an endurance race and you might decide not to change the rear tires, and you put freshies on the front, but you've got olds on the rear, and it just throws the balance of your car completely out. So when you're going into braking zones, you feel like your car wants to swap ends, and you can adjust your way through it, but there's only so much you can do, with your brake bias and yeah. But it's all about learning, I guess, and trying different things.
Yeah, it's all just practice. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
And how good is this track, Oran Park? Such a shame that it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, big shame. Can't believe it's a housing estate now.
Yeah, it's like Amaroo Park. Don't know if you guys remember Amaroo, but they ripped it up for only half a dozen homes. It's like, oh, you didn't. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems so wasteful. It was such a great venue. But I guess, when you own a big block of land and you work out how to make the most of it, make it, running it as as a racing circuit's one way of making money until you're ready to develop it, I guess.
Yeah, too close to town. Well, town caught up to it and built around it. So, like most race courses these days.
Yeah, Sandown in Victoria looks like it's been on the edge for a while now, but it looks like it's finally starting to kick up a gear.
Is it?
Yeah. So we'll see how much longer that really lasts, because I think it's just had approval from the council to develop. So hopefully not, but
Mm.
But,
So
you know,
sorry,
you're right. Go ahead.
is this next one reverse grid?
It's a full reverse grid. Absolutely.
Oh, well, you boys better be careful. I don't know how to take off. I just put it in gear and it's a slug, so I'll get swamped.
We'll see how you go. I'm sure you'll be fine.
How do you take off? I haven't got a clutch on this. Do you just put it in gear and put your foot down? That's it.
You can if you got enough revs on it. That'll work.
Yeah, just when it turns green. Already have your revs up. When it turns green, click first.
And then just slam it into gear.
Yep.
And hold on.
Yeah.
It could go any fucking which way.
Could be lucky and take the field out.
I'll make sure your wheel's straight. I've done that before.
All right, so it's about 10 seconds left to go to the next session. So race number 2 coming right up. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers. Good luck, boys.
Remember to adjust your setup if you need to. When it clicks over, that is. Congratulations, Hayden, Terry, and Peter. Well done.
Cheers, Chris.
Congrats, guys.
I don't know.
Thanks, mate.
I hope it wasn't my fault when the two guys tried to pass me.
Not at all. Two people had a little fight there, and then I just Stephen Bradbury'd it up the middle.
No,
Yeah, it's all good.
halfway through there was two guys I touched with, and both of them came off worse.
It's all right. Worked it out. Kept racing.
Thanks, Chris, for putting your time into this. You're not, and Rich, for that matter, if you can hear us. You guys aren't getting to do the fun part of it, but you're still spending your night doing this. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, need to change the rules so I can come and race as well.
Yeah, and yeah, and I just want to, in light of that, we've now dropped off a couple of other drivers.
Yes.
It looks like is it everyone? Is it worth doing the third race or?
I'm going to call it a night, guys.
Yeah, rightio.
I'm fine to call it there or go again, but I'm happy to call it. It's fine.
Just because Chris and Rich are, they're putting their time into this, and
Yeah, appreciate your time, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah.
Thanks for
I'm
tonight.
happy to call it too. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks for coming along tonight. I really do appreciate it. And what we'll do is I'll have a chat with the admin team, and we'll see what we can come up with going forward.
yeah.
This
Thanks
series.
everyone for a fun night, by the way.
Yeah, well done, Hayden. Hey, man.
Well done.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks so much.
See ya.
All right, good night, guys.
See you.
Yeah, I thought that was only fair, Chris, for you guys.
Yeah, look, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's would have been nice to have more numbers. And look, there was a few withdrawals which were you're always going to get, and they gave us the heads up in advance, and that's all good.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people have are just doing other things with their time now, and that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. Just got to think about how do we make it viable, because it's you guys are racing on good tracks, and the cars drive great as well. And maybe we just
great potential.
Maybe we just scrap the whole idea of it being a championship and just make it fun nights, and
Just open social racing.
yeah, just make it open and social.
Yeah,
And
I think I agree with that.
And try and encourage people from around the traps to just come in and have some fun. No,
Yeah,
No
no
issue.
pressure.
no pressure.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. No practice allowed.
I don't practice much these days anyway.
Nah, who has the time? It's crazy. I had tradies finishing at my place at 7 tonight. So
Crikey.
yeah, I've still got to get out there and hose down all the mess they've left.
They Sparkies, were they?
Nah, these are civil guys.
Leaving their shit everywhere.
dirt doctors, they're just, and they just love playing with mud and throwing it everywhere. So yeah.
Is there still a big difference in competition in the main league?
Well,
Hayden
if you want to
always runs
compare,
up the front.
yeah, the last round that I actually raced, I got 2 P6s. But yeah, different. Actually, not much different. Different cars, I suppose. But yeah, the competition is a lot stronger.
It's stronger, is it? Is there still like a difference between the front runners and the back runners, or?
There's quite a difference, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.